What up, Raffl? Welcome back to my channel. This is a studio video that will give you some insight into how the channel works, because for a long time I promised to tell people what the rationale is behind the videos that I make and the content that I produce. And since we're now at 10,000 subscribers, just crossed over 10,000 subscribers, I think it's a good time to welcome new subscribers to Raffl Nation. The citizens of Raffl Nation, the subscribers of this channel, are called Rafflitos, and that's just a Italian version of Raffl. Rafflitos in Italian means little Raffl, and it's just one of those words that I actually picked up from the time when I visited Italy back in my 20s. So it's just one of those identifying unique features of Raffl Nation, where I refer to the members, the subscribers of this channel, as Rafflitos. So what I'm saying in the beginning at the introduction is, what is up, Rafflitos? What up, Rafflitos? Right? So people have asked me what is it that I'm saying in the beginning. What I'm saying is, what's up, Rafflitos? Now, the channel is really based in Guyana, in Georgetown, Guyana, and I moved back to Guyana about 13 years ago, and I thought that if I'm gonna make content for YouTube, I should make content on a subject that I know a lot about, and content on a subject not only that I know a lot about, but that other people can relate to, because I can make content about, you know, stuff that I studied at university. You know, I studied physics and medical research, and I could make content about DNA and about MRI and so on, but a lot of people are not going to relate to that. But most people can relate to content about Guyana. And so back in 2017, January 2017, I made the New Year's resolution to start filming videos regularly, meaning every day or several times a week. And so for the last 8 years, since 2017, I've actually kept that resolution up, where I made videos regularly. In the beginning, it was pretty slow. You know, for the first year or so, I think this channel had less than 1,000. Actually, for the first year or so, this channel had less than 1,000 subscribers. And then in, I think it was February 2018, YouTube changed their policy and made it so that you could only be monetized in the beginning, of course, before 2018. If you started making videos on YouTube, you got paid right away. So that first, 6 months or so that I made videos, YouTube paid me a couple of $100. You know, from like January 2017 to December 2017, I probably made about $500 US in total. But in 2018, February 2018, YouTube changed their policy regarding partnership. So they made it so that to become a partner with YouTube, you had to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. And back then, I was not really paying attention to subscribers. I would just make videos. So in 2018 is when I started paying attention to subscribers, and it took me about 3 months, I think 1 or 2 months after February 2018 to get up to 1,000 subscribers, and it has taken me the last 7 years to get to 10,000 subscribers. So it is an achievement. So welcome, new subscribers. That's the origin story of Raffl Nation. Now, where we're going in future, well, let me give you a little bit of insight about the analytics of this channel. So this channel gets most of its audience from North America and Europe. So about 45% of the viewers on this channel live in the USA, 20% live in Canada, and 23% now live in Guyana. So in the beginning, about 5% of the views came from Guyanese citizens, Guyanese living in Guyana. but now it's gone up to 23%. So about a quarter of the views on this channel come from Guyanese living in Guyana, and so I'm making a pivot to making content that is for Guyanese living in Guyana, right? I haven't always made content for Guyanese living in Guyana. I was making most of my content for viewers living in the USA, in Canada, and in the UK, and so on. So 45% of the views now come from the USA. Previously it was over 60%. So it's 45% from the USA, 20% from Canada, 23% from Guyana. So the top three viewers are from the USA, from Guyana, and from Canada. And after that, there are, like 2% coming from Trinidad, 1% coming from the rest of the Caribbean. It used to be like 3 or 4% coming from the UK, and so on. So, but that is why in most of my videos when I'm talking about money, I tend to convert the Guyana dollar to US dollars, because most of my viewers do their shopping, their purchases in US dollars. And most of the rest of the world understands the US dollar as the reserve currency, and that's why I make conversions to US dollars. So the first thing to understand is that 45% of the viewers on this channel come from the US or live in the US, and 23% live in Guyana, 20% in Canada. And most of the viewers of this channel are Guyanese living abroad. So it's usually Guyanese living in the US or Guyanese living in Canada and Guyanese living at home. So that accounts for roughly 90%, right? 85% of the views on this channel for Guyanese living in the USA, Canada, and Guyana. So that is what determines or guides the content that I produce. Now, how much money this channel has earned in the last couple of years, it is about $1 million Guyana dollars a year. So last year it's like 1.03 million Guyana dollars. The year before, 2023, it was just around $1 million Guyana dollars, and so on. So that is where the channel sits right now. 10,000 subscribers, earns about $1 million Guyana dollars. $1 million Guyana dollars is about 5,000 US dollars, right? So it's a small YouTube channel, but the purpose of the channel is to chronicle the growth of the economy. In other words, I started making videos right around the time when oil discoveries were announced, and the main reason, if you go back to those earlier videos, the main reasons for making videos was to describe, to chronicle, to track the development of Guyana over the coming years, right, as oil and gas becomes a bigger part of the economy. And so I've always referred to the oil production numbers, the Bank of Guyana report on the Sovereign Wealth Fund, Natural Resource Fund, which is held at the Federal Reserve Bank in New York. So that is the core of the channel. It's about describing how the country is changing. In the beginning, I actually included everything from food and politics and economics and entertainment and so on. But the channel has become more about development because the algorithm, the YouTube algorithm, tends to reward channels with views that are focused on a specific subject. This is called content purity. So once I realized that YouTube is just rewarding content that is on a single subject, I stopped making videos about food and about politics per se, or about entertainment. I just focused on this channel on making content about development, building construction, road construction, and how the city skyline is changing as a result of the investment from the oil and gas industry. So that is basically what this channel has become about. And I've basically spun off the other channels that deal with food. I have a channel for food and a channel for cars. These are things that I'm interested. I used to make in the beginning videos about how to purchase a car from Japan, how to import a vehicle. All of that information, that content is now on a separate channel. So I have a car channel, I have a food channel, I have a money channel, business channel where I talk about businesses and so on, because one of the reasons why I'm still in Guyana is because I'm building billion-dollar companies, and I've actually spoken about this on this channel in previous videos. If you go back, you can take a look at that. But the idea is that because of the need for content purity, I only talk now about development content on this channel, but I have other channels on which I talk about other content. So that's basically what is happening on this channel. So what the goal is for this channel is to get to 10,000, to get to 100,000 subscribers, and that means I need to make content that now can go viral. And for that reason, I'm going to have to invest in new equipment. And people have been asking for better sound quality. People have been asking for drones, you know, aerial footage and so on. So I'm going to be investing in equipment over the next several months to make this channel more technologically advanced, and then bring you better produced content, you know, higher production values and higher quality of content. The other direction in which we're going is that I'm going to start producing documentaries that go in depth, basically deep dives into some of the subjects that are raised, you know, in the process, in the course of making these videos. So for example, I promised to make a series of videos on billionaires. In other words, how are billionaires impacting the world, particularly in Guyana, where, you know, we have India, China, and the USA becoming an integral part of the economy. And what I've noticed in previous videos is that a lot of the impact is coming because not the government of these countries are investing, but the billionaires in those countries are investing in Guyana. So I'm going to be making a number of documentary type videos that require studio work and B-roll and, you know, some travel. For example, it's important for me to, for example, to visit India, so I can tell you in an authentic way what, or describe for you authentically what India looks like and how India is impacting Guyana, right? How the USA is impacting Guyana. I've lived in the US, so in a sense I can speak knowledgeably about the systems in the US. So that's why, for example, I talk a lot about development in Canada and the US and how it compares to development in Guyana along Heroes Highway. Because I've lived in these countries, I can give you what I think is an accurate comparison, particularly for the people who are living abroad who haven't visited Guyana recently. So I need to do the same for other places. Like if I do a video on, you know, billionaires of India, how, for example, the Ambani brothers are impacting development in Guyana, I probably would want to show you some of the footage from India and how they have impacted India and how that is reaching Guyana, right? So that is the future of the channel. I hope to do that pretty soon, probably in the next month or so, to acquire all that equipment that I need to make these documentaries. So that is what's happening on Raffl Nation, and in future I'm probably going to be still doing walkabouts, because, you know, it is part of my morning routine. When I bring you in videos about various developments around the city, is because I'm on my morning run. I usually go for a 10-mile run every morning, sometimes shorter, but on the way there I might find something interesting, and that's how I make the videos. I just stop and film something interesting on my morning run. So I'm still going to do that, but I think we're going to move more towards scripted, well researched content in the form of documentaries going forward in 2024, and that's how we plan to get to 100,000 subscribers. So that's the plan. If you want to see what we're doing in the other aspects of my companies, for example, I'm building a bunch of companies: an airline company, a car company, and, you know, a new medical university, and all that stuff. I'm going to be describing that stuff on the business channel. But for those of you who want to keep track of what is happening in Guyana, this is a good place to continue watching, and I'll be bringing you much more detailed and sophisticated content on Guyana, development of Guyana. And I do pay attention to the content, to the comments. So those of you who've made suggestions in the comments, I do try to, you know, meet some of those requests. And so keep requesting videos that you'd like to see, and once they are within my ability to do them, I will bring you that content. So that's what's happening, guys. Welcome to Raffl Nation. to those new subscribers from 2024 and 2023, 2024. This is 2025, and we're going forward, growing into a medium-sized channel that is getting to 100,000 subscribers is the next goal. Share this video with friends and family around the world. Let people know what's happening in the fastest growing country in the world. Later!